Another week has come and gone as we approach yet another Sunday. The league has been through a little bit of a rough patch in the last week. Patriots, Broncos, facility closed, practice canceled. Colts and Jags also test positive. It's been a little bit of a rough week for the league and me. 1-3 last week. That drops my record down to 8-11-1. Not going to lie, I'm not very impressed with it. Not proud of it, but you know what? I'm just going to keep hacking away. I'm going to keep swinging. Doesn't matter how long you're in that batter's box, you got to keep swinging. So here we go. Week 6 picks. I'm excited for this one. A lot of good games on tap. Here we go. First one, Tom Brady and the Bucs hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Give me the Packers minus a point. I know Aaron Rodgers wants to win this matchup more than anything. And Green Bay, you could make a solid argument. They're the best team in the league right now. Offensively, first in points per game, second in total offense, first in time of possession, fourth on third down, fifth in rushing, and first in yards per play. That is a stacked offense. And honestly, you could make a solid argument for Aaron Rodgers being in the MVP conversation. I think he's third behind Russell Wilson and Mahomes, but he's right in there. Rodgers has been sacked only 3 times on the season. That O-line has been protecting him. And the story for Tampa Bay all throughout the season is how much they've been banged up. Chris Godwin is still questionable. O.J. Howard's still out for the season. Mike Evans was banged up last game too. They're kind of fighting through some adversity right now, and I know they're at home, but give me Green Bay and a high-powered offense that's steamrolling right now, and I don't think Tampa Bay can stop them. I know Tampa Bay has the second best defense in the NFL, but they haven't faced an offense quite like Aaron Rodgers. Give me Green Bay to win 31-26 on the road against Tom Brady and the Bucs. Next up, Tennessee at home hosting Deshaun Watson and his Houston Texans. The line is 3.5 for Tennessee, so give me the Titans on this one. Last week against Buffalo, it was a blowout win. They forced Josh Allen into 2 costly interceptions, 3 turnovers as a team for Buffalo. Less time of possession for the Titans, less total yards, and they were even worse on third down. They had less penalties. They held Josh Allen in check. It was really an impressive performance out of a Tennessee team that I don't know if I include in my Super Bowl tier yet. I want to wait and see, but it was a really impressive performance. Houston, on the other hand, they just fired Bill O'Brien. Sure, they beat Jacksonville last week with a coaching staff in shambles, but I don't think that'll pass against a team like Tennessee. Houston gives up the second most rushing yards, and I know Derrick Henry hasn't been the guy that we saw last year in the playoffs, but I think this team can really make some noise on the ground. That'll be particularly vulnerable for the Texans. Tannehill, I doubted him. I really did. I doubted Tennessee and Tannehill, but you know what? Tannehill's performing. 69% completion rate, 9 touchdowns and a pick. That's solid numbers for a guy that they paid a lot of money for, so he's impressing me. So give me Tennessee to win 30-23 over the chaotic Texans. And that leads me to this next one, and this one could easily be the game of the week in the NFL. Chiefs visiting the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills plus 4.5. I know I just talked about them getting blown out by Tennessee last week, but there were reports came out that they were splitting game plans between preparing for the Titans and preparing for this week's Chiefs. That's a tough spot to be in when you're facing those 2 caliber teams back to back and you don't know who to prepare for. You're out of sorts, and that could lead to a blowout loss easily, and it did. And Tennessee had an extra week off. They had 26 COVID cases. They didn't know the game was even going on till the night before. It was chaotic. So I don't blame Buffalo for being out of sorts. But when you're a team like Kansas City, you have a target on your back. You're gonna get every team's best shot. Buffalo wants to prove that they're in that elite status. I don't know if they are yet, but here's their chance to prove it. Josh Allen was kind of marginalized last week, but you know what? Buffalo loves the time of possession game, and that's kind of the prototype on how you beat Kansas City. Keep Mahomes on the sideline. Buffalo loves to run the football. Josh Allen's had a cannon arm, so he can make some plays. I like Buffalo here, and if you get embarrassed in the National Football League, there's a good chance you're going to come back strong the next week, especially when you're at home against a Kansas City team that lost close last week against Las Vegas. This could be a spot where Buffalo could steal one. I like the Bills to win 28-27. And the last one, of course, is the New England Patriots hosting the Denver Broncos. This one's kind of hard to gauge because practice was closed on Friday. The facility was closed. I don't know how the game's getting played, but the Broncos were given a thumbs up to come on over. So this one's going on the record. It's also on nesportsunited.com. Check it out. I broke it down, the prediction. That one will be on the record, so be sure to check that one out as I look to somehow relieve my 8-11-1 record. I don't know how that happened.